What's going on, guys, and welcome to another round of Web Wednesday, your one-stop shop for anything with four wheels and anything to do with technology. After all the spookiness from last week's episode, which if you haven't watched yet, you can check out right up here, we wanted to bring it back to normality. And we've got a whole host of topics to get through, starting with one very wholesome story from Vauxhall. Meet Bryan Webb, a 90-year-old gentleman from Gloucester who recently clocked a seriously impressive career milestone. Bryan has worked for Vauxhall for a staggering 75 years, holding countless roles in both showroom and service departments, starting as a vehicle technician back in 1946. What's even cooler than this, and what you can't actually see under that blue cardigan of his, is a wristwatch that was given to him to celebrate 25 years of his current role, which was way back in 1970. Bryan has worked as a warranty administrator at Baylis, Gloucester, and his career has seen him own a succession of Vauxhall models stretching across 7 decades, beginning with the Vauxhall Velux in 1956. We just love to see incredible stories like this being celebrated, especially by the brands themselves. We wish Bryan all the very best for his future, and maybe he'll actually retire this time. Next up, we head to Facebook, or Meta as it's now affectionately called, after a pretty large shake-up in the business. And it seems the name isn't the only thing that's being changed around here. Facebook has come under a fair amount of scrutiny lately, mainly down to the issues it's faced on how it uses people's data insights to essentially amplify their fears and concerns. They do that in order to drive engagement. And what's even weirder is that actually the same company is proposing that we incorporate more Facebook into every aspect of our lives, with supposedly a view into a better future. So what exactly are Facebook looking to bring to the table that is supposedly going to revolutionise the way we use social media? It's actually a watch, and it looks surprisingly like the Apple Watch, only this one has a front-facing camera that's discreetly placed towards the bottom of the bezel. The image that was actually found in the back-end files of Facebook's View app relates closely to the descriptions of Facebook's smartwatch, with plenty of media outlets reporting back in June that the device will include 2 cameras, and will enable people to detach the watch completely to take photos if they needed to. We're very intrigued by the recent change-up and switches going on in Facebook at the moment. Meta, sorry. And whilst they are under an awful lot of pressure at the moment, the speed in which products and updates have been released is actually quite impressive. However though, there have been constant cries for help around protecting users from all kinds of content, or online abuse, or fraudulent behaviour. And instead of working through those issues, they seem to just be bringing out new products left, right and centre. And finally, let's go across the pond to the US. And if you look through the tyre smoke and screaming V8 engines, you'll find SEMA 2021, an iconic convention that celebrates creativity in the motor industry like nothing else. If you've never heard of it, SEMA stands for Specialty Equipment Market Association and was actually formed way back in 1963. The names that are involved with the creation of this association truly are incredible. Bell Helmet founder Roy Richter, Dean Moon, an iconic hot rodder and aftermarket parts specialist, and so many more. Nowadays, SEMA consists of 6,383 companies worldwide, bringing together aftermarket manufacturers, OEM creators, the media, car dealers, and pretty much everything in between. And they all use the Las Vegas Convention Center as a proving ground. It's a chance for some of the biggest car modifying companies to showcase their work, allowing them to compete in the SEMA Battle of the Builders. The prize isn't just a decent sum of money though. The accolade for winning such a prestigious award is likely to rocket your build and company to stardom. The competition isn't exactly a walk in the park though, as I'm sure you'd imagine. So almost every builder keeps their creations entirely under wraps until the big reveal at SEMA, meaning it's unlikely you'll ever have any idea of what you're actually up against. It's not just the famous aftermarket companies that get involved with the crazy builds though. SEMA is often a showcase for manufacturers to release their new brand models. Due to the rich heritage of the show and the inclusivity of displaying quite literally any make or model of car, bike, truck, boat, pretty much anything in between, brands love to use SEMA to release their latest products. Just thinking off the top of our heads, the all-new GR86 from Toyota and Nissan going back to the future with a 400Z, it's likely we'll see plenty of these models taking the limelight. What's really cool about SEMA as well is you actually often see college students who put their engineering or motorsport courses to good use by creating the ultimate final major project. Quite often, you'll see some of these cars rubbing wing mirrors with some of motoring's elite modifiers, and that's just really cool if you ask me. I guess overall, we just wanted to take the time to appreciate how cool SEMA actually is. And sadly, we don't tend to see shows like this here in the UK, and with SEMA being notoriously difficult to get into due to tight restrictions on who is actually allowed in, we'll have to just enjoy it from afar for now. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned for next week where we bring you more news. Take care.